Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm still in this strange little environment for you guys, but we'll be back to normal by tomorrow's video, I'm pretty sure. But we're starting off with obviously the massive news that's come out of Chelsea. Coming from Fabrizio Romano here, Raheem Sterling to Chelsea. Here we go, with those magical words that we've all wanted to hear for so long. Final approval arrived from Man City. 45 million fee plus 10 million in add-ons. I believe they're performance-based, so depending on how well Sterling does, we might end up paying a little 10 million extra. And personal terms agreed days ago. It was never an issue. It's done. Contract until 2027, so we've given him a 5-year contract plus the option for a further year. I'm not sure if that's an option by the club or the option for Sterling, but we're trusting in this guy to be good, into his 30s, because he's 27 years old, I believe. Tuchel already had a direct conversation with him. So, obviously, officially, it's now done. Everyone trusts Fabrizio Romano when he says those magical words. Here we go. And we've got some more updates on the situation, but we'll get to it. But my personal thoughts on this, and I want to hear yours in the comment section down below. Are you giving this a thumbs up, a thumbs down? Do you think this is good or not? My personal opinion, absolutely, this is a brilliant signing for about 45, potentially up to 55. That is just brilliant work from Chelsea to go and get a player that is Premier League proven, scores a ton of goals, assists a ton of goals, puts the work rate in. He's going to fit Tuchel's system. And I know Man City probably don't think it because they let him sell, but to me, he weakens Man City and he strengthens us. So for me, this is a brilliant signing, one they probably shouldn't have done, and I'm very thankful for them letting us have Raheem Sterling. So keeping on the vein of Sterling here, David Ornstein, he tweeted his official announcement of it, saying it was 50 million and all this sort of stuff. But he says then, apologies, the fee is 47.5 million fixed, no add-ons. So we've got two different reports here. We know Fabrizio Romano isn't 100% correct. We know David Ornstein isn't 100% correct. So we don't really know who's in the right on this one, who's got it, bang on and who hasn't. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle. But he's saying it's 47.5 and that's it. There's nothing else added on. And if that's the case, even better for Chelsea, We haven't got potential add-ons based on how well he does. It's just, we pay 47.5 and that's it. We've got him, he's ours. So I'd like to believe David Ornstein, but Fabrizio Romano, obviously a very accurate reporter as well. So who knows, but very happy on either way. And then just to follow that up, we have medicals are scheduled for Raheem Sterling in London in order to complete his move to Chelsea. Sterling signs until 2027 with an option for a further season. That was coming through from Fabrizio Romano again. So the scheduled medicals are apparently happening in the next couple of days, and then he's out onto the tour with the rest of the lads. So that's good. We've got one big signing over the line in time to have that pre-season tour and mesh with the team. Obviously, he's an England international, and we've got plenty of them. So hopefully they'll sort of gel well anyway. And all the Premier League players really know each other. So he's going to be well aware of our squad. They'll be well aware of him. Next up, we have Fabrizio Romano again coming at us with a Raphinha update, and he says Leeds now officially confirmed that Raphinha is not in the team of the tour for the Australia, and that's a big one. Not going on the tour is quite a statement from the club. He then says Raphinha will train in England while Leeds are in talks to sell him. Barcelona have improved the verbal bid. Chelsea had their proposal accepted 10 days ago, so now it feels longer than that, but Chelsea 10 days ago is when we heard that our bid had gone in, been accepted, and then all the stuff of his agent Deco going out and trying to drum up interest from Barcelona. They've improved their bid, and if we move to this second part of it, this is coming from Raisa Simplicio, it's from Transfer Zone, and she says Barcelona have matched Chelsea's offer for Raphinha, but the payment duration is longer. If a deal is not agreed in the next 48 hours, Deco has told Barcelona that they'll reopen talks with Chelsea over personal terms, and basically it will be sealed up with Chelsea in 2 days if there's no update from Barcelona. And this is interesting because it says the offer is the same, but the payment duration is longer. So that would make a lot of sense. We know Barcelona absolutely broke at the moment. So it makes sense that they're going to try and structure this where they pay in installments over the next, God knows how long. It could honestly be the next decade that they try and pay for this deal. but they have put a timeline of 48 hours on it. And, you know, it's not just Leeds that are saying that now. This is Deco and Raphinha, you know, they're both obviously in close discussions over this, and they really don't want this dragging on any longer. He'll be happy at Chelsea if this is what ends up happening, if Barcelona can't find that money quicker, basically. So it's an annoying situation for Chelsea, but we could end up with a very good player out of it. You know, Sterling possibly playing on the left, Raphinha on the right, Kai up the middle, or Broja, or potentially a striker that we're going to sign, who knows. But by the looks of it, it's going to be Kai or Broja. So that front three looks brilliant, and is a big improvement on what we've seen over the past couple of years. Now this one's interesting. We've got Graham Bailey with an update here saying Chelsea have been informed of the potential availability of Dayot Upamecano if Juventus defender De Ligt joins the Bundesliga champions. So, you know, I think Upamecano is actually a decent player. You know, he's not a world beater. There probably was a time where people thought this guy was really going to go on and be something insane. But if they get De Ligt, which I think obviously I'd prefer De Ligt coming to us, the opportunity to sign Upamecano will be there. Chelsea need centre-backs, so at this point, if there's one coming up and being offered to us, we seriously have to consider it. Whether this is through his agent, I would assume. I don't think it would be through the club offering him out. The agent has maybe come to Chelsea and said, look, if this deal ends up happening, not that Chelsea want that happening with De Ligt going to buy him, then Dayot Upamecano will be an option for Chelsea. And honestly, I think he's a solid player. I don't think he's to the level of De Ligt currently. I don't think he maybe has the ceiling of De Ligt, but is a very solid player, and we know Thomas Tuchel has improved defenders in his time at Chelsea. So there's nothing to say he couldn't do it again with someone like Upamecano. So we'll see how that one goes. I'll keep you guys up to date with it. Then here we have an update on the Dembele situation, and he's saying it's the same as yesterday from Fabrizio Romano. An agreement in place on a 2-year contract, working on the final details but still waiting for Barca board to approve the deal. Dembele has definitely accepted to stay and sign, waiting for green light on Barcelona's side. So the green light on Barcelona's side, I think, maybe comes down to whether they can cough up the money for Raphinha. If they cannot, then they're going to go and green light the Dembele situation, and it doesn't look like he'll end up being a Chelsea player. Him and his agent have absolutely botched this. They're going to now end up taking a massive transfer wage cut to stay at Barca with a 2-year deal, as opposed to Chelsea likely offering a lot higher of a wage and a longer contract. So silly moves from his agent and him, trying to drum up interest through negotiations with other clubs, and I guess Chelsea was the backup for him if Barcelona couldn't cough up some money to keep him at the club. And it looks like this one's done, so we probably won't be covering Dembele much anymore, because it looks like in the next few days it'll be official and they'll have officially re-signed him and he'll be back as a Barcelona player. Then on this next topic, we have player has full agreement with Chelsea, negotiation on the fee continues, and this is through Fabrizio Romano. He says Chelsea and Man City will be in contact again in the coming days to negotiate Nathan Ake deal after Sterling. City have been clear with Chelsea, they want almost the same fee paid in August. 41 million is what they're looking for, and he has agreed personal terms with us, which we were aware of. We know that Chelsea and Ake are on good terms right now. We've agreed on a contract length, bonuses, whatever the hell else is in there, but we're still pushing and we're looking to get this second deal, as it says, over the line early in the transfer window-ish. You know, we have been a little slower than other clubs, but it really does look like it's going to happen. We now got Ake over the line, personal terms. City probably don't want to keep him. They know that they could probably buy a better replacement for half of the cash they're going to get for Nathan Ake. So silly moves for Chelsea on this one, in my opinion. Maybe I'll come to eat some humble pie when it comes to this season, next season, and we see him being a top centre-back under Tuchel. It's very possible, and I hope that's the case. But for now, it's not looking great for Chelsea that we're going to be signing Nathan Ake. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like on it, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a future video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.